Center off of Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot, far down, he scored!
Come from behind for a month, now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get it! Wow! Edwards pulls up and buries the flag! Shot for Derby!
What is up, all? Welcome on into Monday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Carrasino. So glad to have you on here today as we get rolling, doing a little bit of a outdoor Pitchfork Lunch today. Different vibes, but I'll explain that more to you later. But anyway, hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend. And again, glad you're here on Pitchfork Lunch, man. A lot to get to. Is exciting Big 12 opener, home opener for ASU men's hoops as they take on, former. It's interesting. Their first Big 12 game was against BYU. You talked about it. They lost to BYU. That was a tough one. On New Year's Eve. Yes, New Year's Eve day. They lost up in Provo, but they came back home opener, guys, against Colorado. And look at that. Pac-12 foe goes down. Hell of a defensive effort from a short bench. We'll get to all that. We'll hear from Coach Hurley. We'll hear from BJ Freeman, who had a career first. No, not in points high, a career high in points or assists or rebounds or steals. Oh no, he had a career first, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But that's just a tease. And again, but so glad you're here at Diablo00 on X. The artist formerly known as, you guys know it, the Twitter. Absolutely. You guys know this. Come on now. The artist formerly known as X. Check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carrasino.5. Yes, I know. I tell you guys every day, but I love that you guys are here. And again, we're going to hear, like I said, from Coach Hurley, all the good stuff we hear. Programming note, real quick. Actually, I'll get to that in a second. But So yeah, at Diablo00 on XR, on Twitter, my IG, Michael.Caratino.5. And yes, I know I tell you every day, Pitchfork Lunchers, check me out live on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Even if you watch live, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, all the shows are there. So anything you have missed, and people watching, tell your friends anything they have missed. Guess what? Guess what? Anything they've missed, they can go back and you can binge watch. I know we just came on. Well, not people from work, and those of us working and doing other stuff really didn't have a winter break. But kids, back in school, all that good stuff. College is actually getting set to start. I think a week from today. Most go back. I want to say on the 3rd. Yeah, I want to say a week from today. But anyway, I could be off since I don't have any class. This is my class, and we're having fun, right? It's a great class that you guys can come to. But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel. See my name, Michael Caratino, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe. Again, any guests you guys may have missed, any sound, anything that you guys may have missed, guess what? Got it there for you on the good old YouTube. Got a little bit new, a little bit, funding there, a little bit sparky. Yes, after the holiday, busting out something new for the show. Got to keep it going. But yes, so at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Also, guys, if you're listening, you're listening on the best internet radio station out there. You can listen on the Casual Sports Radio Network. All you have to do for those watching, again, you could go there, but let your friends know they can't get out of the office, or maybe they're coming to meet you for lunch. Go to www.ksrnaz.com, click listen live, bam, page opens up, go to listen live, hit play, bam, Pitchfork Lunch, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Big ups to Casual E for inviting us into the Casual Sports Radio Network family, getting some more Sun Devil content there, and more to keep coming as well. But yeah, I want you guys to watch, but obviously, like I say, and I will remind you every day, just like Oprah, she's a little bit more famous than I, but hey, I used to remind everybody not to text and drive. So I don't want you watching and driving. I know you're smarter than that anyway, but you can listen. And again, like I said, go to www.ksrnaz.com. Boom, page comes up, click listen live, run it through your Bluetooth, you're driving, bam, all Sun Devils. Hopefully you're riding with somebody, well, it might be torture, but if you're riding with somebody that went to that school down south, put this on and let it go so they understand that you're keeping up with just the energy, excitement, and everything going on in Sun Devil country. So that is absolutely awesome. But again, big ups to Casual E. And when you're on the Casual Sports Radio Network website, man, follow their socials. Comprehensive coverage of not just the Sun Devils here, but the Suns, the Cardinals. Hey, beat the Niners down yesterday. Everybody said, where was that all year? I know. But the Suns, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Mercury, all there. Casual E has got you hooked up and plugged in. So again, and now with the Sun Devil content there, absolutely rolling on KSRN. So, but yeah, hope everybody had a good first weekend of 2025. God, it's crazy to say that. 2025, man. Yeah, 2025, just absolutely first weekend of 2025. And yes, how many of you can hit me up in the comments, don't be bashful. How many of you actually still write last year's date? I've always been actually pretty good at that. The funny thing is, side note, lame story, but entertaining. People are still writing 2024 because again, obviously 12 months of doing something, you're in a habit, you're in a routine. But it's funny because usually a lot of times around like May, like April, May, June, sometimes I will revert to the year before, and I don't know why. I've always done that, so I'm going to try not to do it this year. Even if I say it out loud, I still do it. It's a weird habit. But anyway, first weekend of 2025 saw Sun Devil men's hoops team. Yes, you guys know that. And saw the Sun Devil men's hoops team open up Big 12 home play, like I said, against Colorado, and they got a 20-point victory. I mean, man. A lot of you saw the updates and all that good stuff. That I throughout the game, and man, they were short. their leading scorer, Josan Stanton, the freshman, not playing. Austin Nunez also out, and Coach Hurley's saying, well, you'll hear, but he's saying they're working their way back. Not putting a timetable on it. Not putting a timetable on it, but yeah, it's one of those things where again, it's playing with 7, and he thought it might even be 6. You'll hear from why, but Sean Phillips, man, came in, and this young man, bully ball down low. My pitchfork lunchers from Sean Phillips, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. With what he's with what he's able to do, and again, big fan of him. The way he played, but Coach Hurley didn't know if he was going to play. But he was able to, definitely contribute some very solid minutes. The Devils 10-3 now, 1-1 in conference play. Like I said, they've won 1 in a row. They're 5-0 at home, undefeated at home, guys. Gotta love that. Just like ASU football, taking care of the home field, home court is always very, very important. They're 5-1 at neutral sites, 0-2 on the road. And they were 0-2. Yeah, they lost at Florida and lost at Gonzaga. I mean, or Gonzaga first, but who's number 6 now in the country. Florida's number 9 in the country. So yeah, like it's yeah, those are their only 2 losses. And yeah, they had the 3 losses, sorry, but 2 of the 3 ranked teams. And then BYU, it was a tough game, 76-56. I mean, I talked about it on Friday a little bit. Again, apologies for the abrupt ending. It was just weird surging that day, and I do not know as to why. But again, I just apologize. I'm just going to apologize. Onward, upward. I think the referees who heard me blasting the no targeting call, which again, onward, upward, you're over it. But, to see Notre Dame and Penn State playing this weekend, and obviously Texas playing Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Yeah, I mean, like I said Friday, Sun Devil fan, side note right here, toe-to-toe with Texas, belonged in the game and had every right to be taken on Ohio State. And, of course, to be another probably, 14-point dog or something like that. But nonetheless, yeah. And again, I was playing Joel Klatt's sound from his the Joel Klatt podcast, and I let you guys hear that because, again, just absolutely frustrating by the letter of the rule. But nonetheless, we move on. But yeah, hoops. So yeah, Coach Hurley only thought he was going to might only have 6 in the rotation. I mean, yeah, you go deeper into your bench, see if he, guys, a few minutes here and there to, play defense, hold things over. But man, the way they play defense, whew, I tell you what, I mean, it was awesome. And we will get to that as, like I said, 81-61, held them 27 points in the first half. And literally, I mean, if Colorado, look, and credit to Colorado, I mean, they went on a 10-0 run, but if they didn't go on a 10-0 run the last like 2:35, I mean, 17 points with 2:35 left to go in the first half. Yeah. I mean, they were just locked in. And, you like to see a team bounce back from a loss like that. I know, to overstate the obvious, but that being said, I mean, he's getting the Big 12 play. I mean, and they had to, I got Kansas Wednesday night in Lawrence. It'll be on ESPN2. It's a 7 p.m. tip-off Wednesday night. Yeah, 7 p.m. tip-off Wednesday night. And on ESPN2. So, yeah, in Lawrence. But that's what they have coming up next. On the women's side for Coach Adair, man, I was there at the Penn game where they got the victory. Their last non-conference game on December 30th again. A day before the wonderful old taking the again red eye out to the Peach Bowl college football play. If you can't tell, I'm still stoked about that, right? Pitchfork lunches, we all should be stoked. But anyway, yeah, they got the 73-67 victory over Penn on Monday, and then at 4:00 local time, they had their Big 12 home opener because they had played Utah and they fell to Utah and put up 82 points, but 102-82. Again, giving up 102. I get it. But this team, again, for Coach Adair, a lot, again, injuries last year which were a factor. They can score, guys. They're an exciting team to watch. The ball's moving. Man, it's great to have Ty Skinner back. Jael Levet, man, it's the way, I mean, the guards are playing. Awesome. We'll get to that, but they beat Penn 73-67. Then I don't know if a lot of you saw this, and I did on game day, and it was absolutely awesome. Because they tipped off, like I said, at 4 p.m. local time, which would have been 6 in Atlanta, and Coach Adair was wearing a Scattaboo jersey, and you can see it was signed, and I mean, just absolute forks up to that. I mean, she's, again, style and just with the program and getting it, even talking about like playing at Mullet, getting their first one there against Penn. I mean, 73-67. Then they beat Texas Tech 79-61 that night. And then they turn around. They won 2 in a row now in the Big 12. They beat Houston Saturday. Again, while the men were at home, they were on the road at Houston. But 69 to 60, and we'll get to that. And they are, I forgot that they're 8-7 overall, back over 500, which is good. 2-1 in conference play. Love to see that. 1-3 in a row. 5-1 at home. Loving that. I mean, Arkansas State, who put up 100 on them, they scored 96, was their only loss at home. 1-4 away, a little tough, but got that first away victory at Houston, and then 2-2 on neutral sites. So again, very exciting there. For that. And then hockey, my friends, oh man, what a night, what a weekend they had as well. The Desert Hockey Classic, coming off the exhibition games, because I know we talked about it. They had the U.S. national team development in Mullet Arena, and they won 4-3 and 1-0, and they're both exhibitions. But still, I mean, we got a lot of good work in. Coach Powers talked about it, like a lot of good work in, and man, it was awesome to see. And now they hosted the Desert Hockey Classic. Just to give you guys a reminder, because it was Friday, again, after we got off the air. But Cornell, I told you the matchups. Cornell beat UMass 4-2, and then ASU played Robert Morris, put up 7 goals and beat Robert Morris. And then number 16, Cornell, guys, shut out Cornell 4-0 to get the victory. Coach Powers and his team rocking. And then, and then they'll be back at home this Friday and Saturday as they take on North Dakota. They take on North Dakota Friday at 5 p.m. I guess, yes, an NCHC rival. And then Saturday I said Friday at 5. Friday at 8 p.m., my friends. Friday at 8 p.m., they take on North Dakota Friday at 8, and then Saturday at 5. They have that to get to. But, yeah, I mean, this team, man, since their last loss, they've won 9 in a row, but actually 7 in a row because the exhibitions not going on the record. They had that scheduled. again, get their legs going before the Desert Hockey Classic and this second half game legs going, I should say. Coach Powers, again, master at that, but they've won 7 in a row, 10-7-1 overall, 5-3 in conference play, 5-2-1 at home, 5-5 away. So, man, I mean, it's but yeah, it's going to get thick now. Like I said, North Dakota, very talented team coming here, and then they go to St. Cloud State in Minnesota. They'll take them on the 17th and 18th, and then they return home the 24th and 25th of January to Mullet Arena to take on Colorado College. And then they close out January and open up February on the road in Ohio, taking on Miami of Ohio. Again, all these NCHC opponents as they are in conference play. But January 31st, February 1st, and then February 7th and 8th, my friends, yes, they got swept in Denver. ASU swept them in Denver on the road. Denver is coming to Mullet Arena 7th and 8th. Guys, get your tickets now because, again, it is going to be – well, you should get your tickets all these because it's an insane atmosphere. But Denver's going to be smelling absolute blood by then, February 7th and 8th. So just a look ahead for ASU hockey. But, again, 10-7-1 overall. Coach Powers, again, has this young team, returners, but a very, very talented team rolling. So that is, again, awesome. And, again, with coming off of football, volleyball in the fall, guys, forks up, man. How can you not be stoked? Yeah, it's, again, we talked to Graham Rossini right before, right after the BYU game. But yes, all is good. And, or just the excitement, I should say, not all is good, but the excitement and just what they're doing with the program. And again, activating the Valley, like Coach William said, Valley activated, because I will say this, if I didn't say this before, guys, the Mercedes-Benz Dome just absolutely erupted. I mean, the one thing about the press box with it being open, not that you can't hear at Mountain America Stadium in the press boxes, you can, like, it get loud, you know it's getting loud, but with the open press box, man, I mean, it just erupted. Texas got off to that fast start, but ASU, like I said, locked in, battle back, erupted. The energy and just the plane rides back and forth to Atlanta. All the Sun Devil fans that I got to talk to, so it was great talking to them. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, but with football, volleyball, and even with like soccer, got it rolling in the fall, and then basketball, hockey, and basketball start up, and then I actually saw Coach Party coming back from the women's water polo coach coming back from the game as well. And yeah, we're on the same flight back. Got to talk to her for a little bit too, and we were talking. And yeah, it was great to see her there. And again, going to be headed back out, obviously, to water polo, as you know, here on Pitchfork Lunch, man. We got it all for you. So, but yes, but I'm going to step aside when we get back. Hey, I want you to hear from Bobby Hurley after the big win against Colorado, and again, what this team again is able to overcome. And then we'll also hear from Bashir Jihad, who, again, man, this young man, the transfer that's come in just each week growing. And I know I've seen it, but like talking about it as much and just collectively, I mean, what he's doing at the offensive end, but what they're doing at the defensive end, this group. And I mean, again, even a guy like Adam Miller, who might not be, you see the points, and yeah, he is scoring, obviously capable, but just the defense this team is playing and locking in, and what they're going to have to do, as Coach says in the Big 12. Man, we'll hear from Coach Hurley. We'll hear from Bashir Jihad and BJ Freeman from postgame after they beat CU. For those that missed it, I want to bring it to you because, again, man, it's, again, every day, every game. And, again, in the Big 12, like I said, they already opened up 2 games in, and then you get to go to Allen Fieldhouse. So, again, it still is a bucket list place for me. Unfortunately, no, I will not be at this one, but I will I'll be aiming to get to the next one. But that's neither here nor there, my Pitchfork Lunch. So we'll step aside real quick. We can get back. We'll hear from, like I said, from Coach Hurley, and then Bashir Jihad and BJ Freeman as Pitchfork Lunch rolls on.
Audio Jungle.
KSRN has the inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
That is right. You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web. For those checking me out on the Casual Sports Radio Network, KSRN. Again, go to www.ksrnaz.com. Again, if you can't watch, you got to drive around and listen. Bam. Just do it that way. But nonetheless, I am Michael Carrasino at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hit me up there. Watch the show live there every day, Monday to Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carrasino.5. The YouTube channel, my friends, all you got to do is go to YouTube and you see my name, Michael Carrasino, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. And like I said, on the Casual Sports Radio Network, I got you covered. We got you covered on all bases. So again, jump on into Pitchfork Lunch. But like I told you before the break, yes, we are going to have we're going to hear from Bobby Hurley again at the 81-61 victory over Colorado. And Julian Hammond, this young man, played 30 minutes, was her leading scorer. 0 for 7 from the field, guys. I should have mentioned this off the top, too, because I was so stoked during the game, and we were talking about it. Julian Hammond, 0 for 7 from the field overall. He was 0 for 3 from behind the arc, but didn't shoot any free throws. Scoreless. They held him scoreless. And, I mean, look, this young man, Tad Boyle, head coach Hammond, Julian Hammond III, pardon me. Man, it's just insane. And I talk about defensive effort, insane. Again, how this team can play defense again with length. And you see, a lot of teams always say they can, all five can switch, but no, they really can. They really can switch. But Hammond, no points. Their leading scorer held through no points. 30 minutes. He played 30 minutes, did not score. So that in and of itself, again, absolutely awesome. What the Sun Devil defense was able to do. But yeah, you look at ASU, real quick. I mean, and they shot lights out. They shot 52% from the field. 28 to 54 for the game. They shot just the eyelash under 50% from the field. They were 13 to 20, or from 3-point range. They were 13 to 28. And again, you live by it. But again, they were going inside too. Again, Sean Phillips, like I said, Sean Phillips Jr., when he came in down low, playing a little bully ball. Even Jaden Quayton, to me, his jumper falling too, but he's obviously a beast and can go down low. And I love this young man's game. But yeah, guys had to play a lot of minutes. I mean, Sean Phillips Jr. Had played 17 minutes again, and with a sore foot. You heard Coach really talk about that shortly. But Amir Ali, 21 minutes. Austin Mason, 37. Adam Miller, 35. Quaintance, 33. Jihad, 30. And BJ Freeman. Well, BJ Freeman played 25 because of, I'll tell you now, and he talks about it, his first ever ejection. He got called for a flagrant to talk about it after we hear from Coach Hurley and BJ Freeman and Bashir Jihad. But yeah, 46.4% from the 3-point line, 13 and 20. But again, free throws, 12 for 19 overall, 63% at home. Again, you guys know me. I'm not just going to, this is negative, you need to do this. But again, at home, that free throw percentage, 75% and up every game, 75% and up. And I mean, at home, again, I'm talking to basketball coaches and just, you getting that, those extra shots there, like 80%, but 75% and up. So, but the defense, oh my goodness, lights out. So anyway, I'm going to stop carrying on. Let's hear from head coach Bobby Hurley. Yeah, and this is from Saturday after, again, the 20-point just beat down and overall, again, short bench or not, overall beatdown of Colorado. And yeah, here is Coach Bobby Hurley.
We were kind of the opposite of BYU, so hopefully, we'll get closer, kind of putting it all together. But I thought the guys shared the ball very well in the first half. I thought for the most part on offense we were good. Defensively, we did the job we needed to do. Just we're very active, and Holden Hammett's scoreless was a big part of it. Their leading scorer, and thought across the board it was a really good effort defensively.
Do you know how long Joe Son's going to be out, or what his severity is?
Yeah, he's moving fairly good, and he's doing a little bit more each day. I don't want to put a timeline on it. There's he's been working very hard. We didn't think it would be likely that he would have a chance to play at Kansas, but he's improving, and I think it's just going to be determined by how he does over the next couple of days.
What did you think of BJ's performance? And can you talk a little bit about what you heard from the refs regarding the ejection?
Yeah, just in those ball screens, there's a lot of contact, and I think he unfortunately kind of got his arm caught in a bad area. I don't want to go into a lot of graphic detail on that, but it's that was the reasoning, and I didn't see the play yet, so I don't really know for sure. But I trust Mike Reed said it, so I've been around him for a while, so I would imagine it was on point. But he played very well. We could have used him in the last 8 minutes, just with their pressure. I think we would have maybe taken care of the ball a little better. But I'm glad to see him kind of break out offensively. He made shots. He was very impactful at that end. And with Joe out, we definitely needed that from BJ tonight.
But it was good that you guys held the lead even when he went out. It seemed like the team still kind of kept their composure.
Yeah, I mean, it's there wasn't a lot of drop off there, and I thought Bashir had quality minutes, had made some big shots, and Adam hit a big three in front of our bench. So we did what we needed to do, like as they were trying to get it to 17 or 18 or 19, just to continue to keep it, in the low 20s.
What contributed to the offense flowing so good today?
thought there was a better commitment to getting stops on defense, and we didn't have to call a ton of set plays early in the game, and we just were able to get the ball down the floor and set an early drag ball screen and move the ball, hit the paint, kick the ball out, and we got some quality shots. Second half, I thought we executed well in half court when we had to. Most of our turnovers were when they pressed us, and I thought we did some pretty good things at the offensive end. Besides that, just with running set offense in the second half. kind of the opposite of, you know, in the low 20s.
What contributed to the offense flowing so good today?
I thought there was a better commitment to getting stops on defense, and we didn't have to call a ton of set plays early in the game, and we just were able to get the ball down the floor and you know, set an early drag ball screen and move the ball, hit the paint, kick the ball out, and you know, we got some quality shots. Second half, I thought we executed well in half court when we had to. You know, most of our turnovers were when they pressed us, and I thought we did some pretty good things at the offensive end. Besides that, just with, you know, running set offense in the second half.
How are you feeling about just being in a 7-man rotation at this point?
I was sick to my stomach really all day today because I didn't think Sean would play either. Sean was great. He had great minutes for us. His foot was sore, and he you know, really sucked it up to get out there and be able to give us really good minutes, you know, despite not practicing yesterday. And but he was moving great, rebounding, getting a second chances with offensive rebounds, really good around the basket. So he was a real plus today. But I thought it was going to be 6, so I was like, you know, worried about, you know, foul trouble and you know, knock on wood, maybe another guy gets injured. You know, we've had a couple of guys kind of banged up over the stretch too.
After the loss to BYU, were you really proud how the team responded after that?
You just sometimes you don't know because, you know, I told these guys after in the locker room, BYU is like a must-win game here coming home. You know, particularly what our schedule looks like the next 2 games after this. You know, when you talk about on the road to Kansas and a Baylor here, so you want to make sure that you get this game. You don't put more internal pressure on yourself to, you know, to get that first conference win. So it was important.
And then defensively, Coach, on a night like tonight, you said, I mean, whole other guy scoreless, but it just seemed like just deeper into this game, the more you guys can just rotate and switch out. Did you feel just Colorado getting more frustrated with the way that you guys are closing out defensively?
I didn't think they had, you know, a lot of clean looks. Like we really did a good job of playing together at that end of the floor, and very active with our hands, especially in the first half. Get some deflections and just you know, being on the same page. I said it was like pulling a string, and everybody was like connected, especially in the first half. That was something I said in a huddle. And so it was, you could see it, and you know, we have to commit to playing that type of defense in this league. This league is you're playing some tough, physical, athletic teams. Some nights it's going to be hard to score. You got to be able to rely on your defense, and I think we set a good tone, and this is something to build off for us for sure.
You might have just answered this, but what was your focus practice-wise between BYU and this game?
I think it was, we talked about like putting December in the rearview mirror. Like we were 7-1 in November. We were 2-2 in December, and I think of those 4 games, I told the guys we had 2 good halves, the second half of UMass and the second half of San Diego. So, you know, now we're going to be in a more regular routine of playing games. We got to get back to being the team that we were in November, and I think we showed signs of that at the offensive end again, just sharing the ball, playing the right way, multiple guys scoring, having good balance on offense. And, you know, if we do those things and keep committing to that, then I think, you know, we'll have some good success here.
What excites you about the opportunity to play at home for last night in a place you guys have gone in and something two teams have done?
Yeah, it's you know, it's on in the same range of you know, all the great venues and all the tradition there. So as a basketball guy, you just love the opportunity to go compete in a place that has so much history and the game. So and again, it's a Big 12 game. It's our first one there, and it's I had good memories there, and hopefully, you know, we'll be ready to play on Wednesday.
Last one. Jaden scored double figures 5 in the last 6 games now. What do you think's really kind of allowed him to kind of develop and emerge more offensively?
He's just been super efficient. You know, he's taken what the defense gives him. He's shooting with confidence. He's you know, he's attacking the basket. He's in the right positions to succeed, and he just looks more comfortable out there. And I think his teammates are, you know, are looking for him, and they trust him as well.
All right, thank you, Coach.
And there he is, head coach Bobby Hurley. And apologies for that. But anyway, you heard from Coach Hurley right there. And now we shall hear, and again, I'll get to what he said, but we'll hear from Bashir Jihad and BJ Freeman. who again both had solid games, and BJ Freeman got ejected for the first time in his basketball career.
How much of an effect do you think coming home and finally returning to a semi-normal schedule had on your guys' offensive output in the first half?
I mean, obviously playing at home is a better feeling. We was on the road for, I think, was it whole month of December? I think we had one home game, but, just coming back here, in a comfortable environment, it made a big difference.
Yeah, I agree. Just like Bashir said, just having that home crowd advantage, it just feels good to have our fans out there cheering us on and not being on the road.
What were the main takeaways from the BYU game that helped you today?
To come out on point, execute what coach has game plan for us, because whatever he puts on the board is right. So just following what he has to say, and just going out there and playing our basketball and not playing lazy or playing out of place. So just being physical and playing as a team, as a unit, brotherhood.
BJ, can you take us through what happened with the ejection and just kind of your own words?
Yeah, I'm trying to fight through the screen, and I accidentally hit him somewhere else nobody don't want to be hit at. So I apologize. It wasn't nothing that was intentional or nothing like that. It's just me trying to fight through a screen. If I don't got to hear Charlie mouth about nothing or get chewed out, because I've been having a hard time, fighting through screens and playing help defense. So I apologize to that player. It wasn't intentional.
Have you ever been ejected from a game?
No, that was my first time ever.
How frustrating was it just coming off of such a strong game you had leading up to that point?
It was frustrating, just finally being able to see the ball go through the rim and being confident as I can be, and then this happens, and then I get inside the locker room, I hear my mom saying what's going on, this. So it was just a headache, but I'm just glad we got the win and we had a good first start.
Ejection aside, were you happy with the performance with Jason being absent, and obviously everybody had to step up there?
Yes, I love the outcome. We won. That's the best thing ever, to have our first win in the conference. So just something that we can improve and get better off of, and just continue to bring the same basketball we just bring out there tonight at home.
Bashir, how have you been able to consistently add to your three-point shooting abilities over this recent stretch?
It's just been part of my game. It's not much to it. I create open looks based off, my positioning, and so it's not nothing to it. It's always been part of my game. It's something that I'm continuing to do.
How much of a relief was it to get a win like this after the way that BYU game went for you guys?
Yeah, it was big. That was hard. That was a big, wide awakening for our first Big 12 game. So to come back and perform how we did, it felt really good.
Yeah, like Bashir said, it felt good. Getting the first win. We told each other we didn't want to get put back in that predicament again, and then the outcome happened again. So we came back and practice hard, good 2 days, and this was the results.
Guys, you're switching defensively and then hustle and recovery. Either an A or A+ today. It was tremendous. How do you sustain that? It's easy for us to say just do it again, but what was the key for you guys to do that today, and why was your defense so good?
I say being our brother's keeper, playing help side defense, doing the little things, making sure that we're talking, not point switching, just communicating, being loud, because we know everywhere we play is going to be a lot of gym, so just be able to have each other's back and communicate.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason we had there was a lot of non-shooters or people like that on the court, so we were able to be able to rotate like that. Obviously, when we play a team that's different than that, we have to adjust and limit our rotation. But it played in our hands today the way Colorado plays.
What thoughts do you guys have about going to Kansas?
We're very confident. As long as we come in here, we play our basketball. I feel like we got a chance with anybody in the country. As long as we're here and we're put in the brotherhood and we're sticking to the strip and what coach has planned for us, I feel like how we play, how fast we play, and how much how physical we are on defense, like we played tonight, we got a very great chance to win. Come back here to Arizona, happy.
Yeah, just preparing for a hostile environment, trying to get closer, knowing that, we're going to be the only ones there on our side. So, just like you said, coming together as a brotherhood and getting really close.
How much did the non-conference schedule, given the toughness of it, you guys is showing in that, prepare you and instill that confidence you guys have now approaching high caliber opponents like Kansas?
I think it was like it was a good slate of teams to prepare us. We saw different looks, different play styles. So we're ready for whatever the big show throws at us.
Yeah, I agree with you saying too.
Getting to play at Allen Fieldhouse, I mean, I don't know how much of like a hoops history junkies you guys are, but is that something that's kind of going through your head at all?
It's been a childhood dream to play there. Who don't want to play there? You know, so if it's a great moment, but we're not gonna get too stuck up in the moment. We're going out there to, you know, take care of business and come back home happy.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
And there you hear it, Bashir Jihad and BJ Freeman. Again, his first ever ejection, like he said, first ever ejection for Freeman. But nonetheless, man, they get the victory, and that is absolutely awesome. They head to Allen Fieldhouse. They will play Wednesday, like I said, 7 p.m. But yeah, 81-61, the final. I mean, Freeman had 19, Jihad had 17, and then Jaden Quaintance had 11. And Amir Ali got in double digits, 4 players in double digits. He had 10, you know, coming off the bench as well. So, but Bashir Jihad 4 for 6 from 3, Freeman 3 for 7. Again, 13 for 28 altogether. So just almost, 46%, like I said, almost 47% from the field or from the 3-point line. And they shot, again, 52% overall field goal percentage. So, man, like you talked about, you play defense, and like Coach Hurley talked about, guys, right there. And again, it's basketball has become cliche because they're true, but cliches because they're true. But you're playing defense like that, you're pressuring people like that. Awesome. So, but hey, man, that's going to wrap it for today. Everybody, man, again, so stoked you jumped in. Again, at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. My IG, Michael.Caratuno.5. Also, the YouTube channel, guys. It's at Emmons and Michael V as in Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. Subscribe away. And yes, for those listening on the Casual Sports Radio Network, www.ksrnaz.com. You can listen live there every day, too. You're driving around, going to lunch, whatever, coming back from, an early lunch, listening at the desk, whatever. You can do it all there. So, I will see you tomorrow. And yes, tomorrow, the programming note, Coach Regal supposed to join us today, but hey, things happen, man. He's out recruiting and stuff like that. Coach Regal will join us tomorrow. The assistant head coach, special teams coordinator for the Sun Devils, and again, a phenomenal special teams play. So everybody have a most phenomenal rest of your Monday. It's always great to be a Sun Devil. And yes, you guys know it. Hashtag our state. Thank you to Big 12 Champs Volleyball for reminding me of that. And as always, you guys know it. Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call. Blake Baker, Bubba will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Quick flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get it. Wow.
Edwards pulls off and buries the flag.
Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money. Daniels takes his shot for